is it okay to refuse to take cancer treatment to allow nature to take its course so that we can be with Jesus?
You know, it's a deep question, and I know that this is intensely personal for people and a very emotional question. So I'm being a little bit more tender with this one because I know that it's tender in a lot of people's lives. So I think the answer is yes, that there are situations where it's okay to not receive a treatment in order to have a quality of life, maybe for a shorter amount of time, and eventually go and be with Jesus. I think that people who have cancer themselves have very difficult decisions to make. Sometimes there's intense pain. Sometimes the treatment winds up being such an awful quality of life that it's like, I could live 6 months longer, but it's not really living for me. And it's moral. It's a moral choice that somebody can make to say, I'm just going to allow the disease to take its course and go down that natural path without fighting it. I think that's a decision that can be made. I think it's very difficult for me from the stage to say, when is it right and when is it wrong? There are personal factors and medical factors that go into that are very complicated, that shouldn't be answered from this perspective, but should be answered with a family, a doctor, somebody who's more personally involved, maybe a wise spiritual person who would help you, but who would know the circumstances a lot better. But I think that there are some cases, at least, where it's okay to refuse treatment and be able to allow nature to take its course and go to be with Jesus. One of the things that's helpful to just note, just to think about this, is we are not afraid of death as Christians. Death is not the end. It's not the thing that we're fighting against with every fiber of our being. Death is a doorway to go and be with Jesus, so we see death very differently than other people. And this life is just a breath. I mean, it's just a wisp of smoke. It's just a mist, as James says, that's going to go away anyway. And so the amount of time we have on earth, whether it's 78 years or 79 years, is still just a wisp of smoke compared to eternity that God has for us. And as Christians, we keep those things in mind as we make these kinds of decisions.